Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to Unique Visuals, and today we are kind of unboxing, kind of reviewing the iPhone SE 2020. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I have the phone right here. It's inside the box still. It's right here. It looks nice. It's got the Apple logo on both sides and an iPhone right here. I'm not going to do a top down just because I've already unboxed it and I've been using it for a while, so I thought I'd just put it back in here. Just because, you know, why not? Okay, so this, when you open up the box, you get some of this stuff and just instructions. You actually, what I thought was kind of cool is right here, this is actually something that you can get your SIM card out. They include a little tool. I thought that was pretty neat. Then here is the phone itself right here, and like I said, I've already been using this for a little while. But anyway, yeah, I got the black version. I think it looks pretty nice. So let's go ahead and look a little bit more into this phone right here. Alright, so the first thing we're going to look at is the design of the phone. So let's just jump into that. So you might be wondering, like, this looks really familiar from Apple, and you're exactly right. This is the exact body that they had for the iPhone 8, but we have some new internals and we have a new camera system. So let's jump into the design. All right, so this phone has aluminum matte finish siding. I don't know, I like having the aluminum. The phone I had before was actually the iPhone 6, and all of that is aluminum. So I kind of like having the glass back and the aluminum siding. This phone also has rounded front and glass plates, I guess. The front is glass and the back is glass, and then they're rounded in the corners. It has the classic top and bottom bezel design right here. There's no facial recognition, and you'll also notice that the Touch ID is back. One thing you'll also notice is on the back of the phone, the Apple logo is now centered. I think that is pretty neat. I don't know, I think I like the logo being right here. Kind of looks nice. This phone also has an IP67 water and dust resistance rating, so it'll just last longer. If you get a couple sprinkles or you get dust inside, I don't know, it'll last longer, so that's good. And the colors of this phone includes black, red, and white. The red one's pretty slick. They all have black covers, actually, like black fronts, so you don't have to go through this whole annoying process of getting skins to make the front black or anything like that. So even the white phone has the black glass on the front, I guess, maybe? I don't know. Another feature about the design, but really is kind of its own category, is the display. It's a 4.7-inch Retina HD wide color gamma display with a 60 Hz refresh rate, which actually looks really nice, and I know what a 60 Hz is, but, you know, none of the, like, super specky stuff about, like, the display really bothers me. It's a good display. You can get it bright if you need to, or, you know, I mean, it works, it's responsive, so that, I mean, that's really all you really need to know. Speaking of brightness, it has 625 nits of brightness. It's not as bright as like the iPhone 11 Pro Max, or that one's like 800, I think. This one's 625. And I mean, you can still see it in full daylight with it being this bright, and as you can see, it's pretty bright. It's not bad. And normally I don't ever keep my phones this bright. They're normally like lower than half, because I don't need my phone to be that bright. It just, you know, protect your eyes. So one con about this phone on the display is there is no tap to wake function. So like you can't tap it or like double tap it to get it to turn on. That is kind of disappointing. I never really actually used that because I never had one of those newer phones. I think it started like the X probably. I never had one of those phones. So I've just always been used to hitting the home button. But one thing that I thought was kind of cool is it has raise to wake, which I think is, I mean, that's really all you need, I would think. And even if it's like, just raise it and it turns on. And even if it's on a table, all you have to do is hit the home button, and that's probably why the tap to wake isn't there, just because they have the home button back. All right, now let's jump into some things that really stand out and make a difference with this iPhone. All right, we're gonna talk about the internals, or like the inside, the chip, the stuff like that. This phone has an A13 Bionic chip. That is what is in the brand new iPhone 11. It's really what just makes the phone worth buying, I would say, because it's so cheap. It starts at $399, I think, so like $400, and you're getting the newest chip. You're getting we'll get into that in the conclusion, but let's not get off topic. So the A13 Bionic chip provides a better performance, better battery life, and better camera, and overall probably just a better phone. This phone also has 3 gigabytes of RAM packed into this thing, so this thing is like really a beast when it comes to performance. There's not a lot this phone probably can't handle. I haven't really done any tests on this, but I did watch a video, and it compares very well to the iPhone 11 Pro Max. All right, now let's get into the camera. So actually the A13, like we kind of said, it makes a better camera. It just improves the camera. The back camera has 12 megapixel photos with f1.8 wide. The front-facing camera, which is this one right here, it is a 7 megapixel f2.2 selfie. I guess that's what it's called. And what the A13 Bionic chip really adds to it is it gives it those extra features like portrait mode and depth control and HDR processed, maybe? I don't know if that's, yeah, HDR processing, and just their insanely amazing just regular image processing. The video specs, you can do 4K 60 on the back camera, 1080p 30 on the front camera. So still really good video quality. I mean, you could definitely shoot a video with this, shoot a YouTube video with this, and you can still use it as a phone, like as you would normally use a phone. And this is all on a starting price $400 phone. I just think that's kind of crazy. You can get all this stuff, and there's still more that I need to talk about. All this for $400, so that's pretty crazy. Another downside is there's no night mode. I mean, I feel like the camera or the phone has the power and has the right chip that it could do night mode. I don't know why Apple decided not to put that in this phone here. It may be a special camera on the 11. I'm not sure. I haven't actually had an 11 to kind of play around with, but I don't really know why they didn't include this in here. If it's like a hardware thing, they just didn't want to put. I don't know. And here are some images comparing this one to the XR. I'd say for the price, you're getting a good phone and you're getting an amazing camera system that's built into this that's definitely capable. I don't think there's really no excuse to get out there and start shooting better videos. You just gotta have to learn the settings and get maybe a better app that you can control the settings with. Alright, so now let's talk about the battery that they put in this thing. This phone houses a battery capacity of 1821 milliamp hours, mAh. Yeah, which is understandable for the size of the phone it is. I mean, it's so thin and it's so small. So I mean, it's incredible how they fit that big of a battery in there. I mean, the iPhone 11 has a crazy, and the XR does have crazy battery. This has lasted me, I think I charged it once in 2 days, and right now it's like 36%, so I'd say the battery's pretty good. I'd also say you can get like around 8 hours of battery life on like normal usage, but all this depends on like how bright your screen is and what apps you're using. So I mean, it just depends. It could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less, just depends on what you're doing. So now let's get into some charging. So this supports fast charging. I guess it's fast charging, so you can plug it in, and I think it's 50% in like 30 minutes. This also does wireless charging, which I think is pretty cool. You can just lay it on a wireless charger and it'll charge the phone for you. So storage options, we have a 64 gigabyte, a 128, and a 256. I actually have the 128 gigabyte version. I definitely recommend getting a higher storage. Like whatever your budget is, I recommend getting the highest storage you could get. 64 gigabytes is gonna be not a ton of footage, or not a ton of storage, especially if you're using the 4K 30, because those are going to be a little bit bigger of file sizes. Alright, so now some of my final thoughts slash conclusion of what I think of this phone. This is like the budget iPhone. It's like probably the best budget iPhone, or even maybe phone, of anything I've seen. You're just getting so much into this package. like starting at $400, so I think that's pretty good. All right, so SE actually stands for Special Edition, and what this means is Apple kind of takes their best hardware, their best software, what kind of worked out for them the best, and they put it into one phone, and that's what they call the Special Edition. They use stuff from the past, and they use stuff from the present, and stuff, so yeah, just comes together and makes the SE. I honestly think they completely nailed this. They hit it out of the ballpark. They made a budget iPhone with everything packed into it, the camera system, just everything that comes into making this a great phone. There's only really 2 cons, and they're not really a huge deal. There's not like a make or break kind of thing. There's no tap to wake, so you can't tap the screen and it'll wake. You can only raise to wake, which I think is good enough. I like that a whole lot. But also there is no night mode, so that is kind of a big, it's not a huge deal. I never used it. Again, I had the iPhone 6, so it's an older phone, so coming to this, everything's a lot better. Well, that wraps it up for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions about this video, go hit up the comment section down below. If that's not open, check out the discussion page on our YouTube channel. Put all your comments, questions, things like that there, and I'll be sure to get back to you guys. Hope you enjoyed the review. I don't know if you guys are watching this because you want to buy one or if you're just watching it, but hope you enjoyed. See you later.